provides us with helpful instruction about prayer and trusting God when we face severe trials. Jehoshaphat was basically a good king who sought to follow the Lord and bring God's people back to Him. This godly king did the right thing. He called a national prayer and fasting and encouraged the people to trust God. This is the personality of King Jehoshaphat. Now, I'll give you the point number 1 of this chapter. Our great need should drive us to prayer and faith in our great God. We see their great need. The people of Judah, children, wives, came together. They are all united. They have a prayer and fasting because they need God in their lives. We cannot do this, Lord. They have thousands coming from different tribes to attack Judah. But our eyes are on you. Jehoshaphat's prayer reveals their great God. We see their faith in their God and the victory that He brought. Only trust God. He said, don't worry, we have a great God. People come together from different places to gather in fasting and prayer. What Mrs. White said in page 196, Life Sketches of Ellen White. We have nothing to fear for the future, except as we shall forget the way the Lord has led us and His teachings in our past history. Friends, if we face trials and disappointments in our lives, we cannot do it alone. But there is a God who can help us in time of our need. We have nothing to fear if you trust in God, if you obey His commands. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not dismay, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This is the promise of the Lord if we face tribulations in our lives. So what King Jehoshaphat did, he only trusted God. That is number 1 key. He trusts God. It's easy to read this story and miss what a great thing it was for Jehoshaphat to call the nation to prayer over the crisis. When we heard the news of this army within these borders, we could understand if he yelled all his top generals, get the army and mobilize immediately. But for Jehoshaphat to turn his attention to seek the Lord and call the nation to prayer and fasting, many people will be saved. And he said in verse 15, listen, King Jehoshaphat. This is Ahaziah said to Jehoshaphat, because the Lord sent a person named Ahaziah to tell King Jehoshaphat. And it says in verse 15, listen, King Jehoshaphat, and all who live in Judah and Jerusalem. This is what the Lord says to you. Do not be afraid or discouraged because of this vast army, for the battle is not yours, but God's. The point number 2. Praying in the face of a great need requires humbling ourselves before God and others. He never fails those who trust in Him and obey His word. He admitted his fear. He called a national prayer meeting and fasting, then prayed in front of everyone about how weak he was. That's a good leader, King Jehoshaphat. He submitted himself to God He did not say, I can do this because I'm a king of Judah. But instead, he said, Lord, this battle is yours. I will trust. We will pray for you. And all the people of Judah come together. 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin, and I will hear their land. Friends, if we have this kind of attitude, that if we face trials and disappointments and battle in our lives, let us turn it over to the Lord, because He can do this. According to Paul, I can do all things with Christ who gives me strength. Humble ourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, and He will lift you up in due time. This is King Jehoshaphat's personality despite of his weaknesses. He turned over to the Lord. He never fails those who trust and obey Him and obey His word. The point number 3 that I would like to give to you this morning. In our prayers, we should not only seek answers to our problems, but we should seek God Himself. Note in verse 3, Jehoshaphat turned his attention, set his face, determined to seek the Lord. In verse 4 says, it states that the people not only sought help from the Lord, but also they sought or they seek the Lord. They gave everything to God. People all over the Judah pray that this place will not invade other people. What else? Isaiah 55 verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call on Him while He is near. Jehoshaphat himself was